Coming up in this edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly, Rockville welcomes its new chief of police. We'll take you to the ceremony. Plus, find out how Rockville's mayor is helping the state create a better Maryland for all. And Pride Month comes to Rockville Town Square. See what this year's celebration offered to everyone. More news, more often, right now. This is Rock 11 Now Weekly, so let's get into it. Rockville welcomes its newest addition to the City Police Department. Victor Brito was sworn in as Chief of Police during a public ceremony. It was a great opportunity for everyone in the city to get to know their new chief.
I, Victor V. Brito,
Do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
It is very emotional for me. There are a lot of people here that I love, that are people that are very important to me, that I built relationships with, not only from Washington, D.C., but from Hagerstown, and I'm looking forward to building those wonderful relationships here. You know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I could not be more happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Incredibly proud of my dad. You know, he's been working hard for like the last 30 years. He's a great guy, and he's always working for others and doing what's best for the other people.
People often ask me what influenced me to become a police officer. The real short answer is that I really just wanted to help people. It's pretty fundamental. This is a great place, and it's a great place for people to raise a family and to work and to visit. And I intend to continue those great traditions we have in this city. Thank you so much for everything and everyone's done for me personally and my family. Love you guys to death. Thank you all.
The second annual Rockville Pride event was celebrated in Rockville Town Square, featuring fun activities for all ages, information booths from local organizations, and both dance and musical performances. Attendees also enjoyed interactive dialogues with experts on LGBTQ topics.
This is something that we've really strongly needed as far as the LGBTQ community is concerned, is that we want to make it visible to people in the county to know that they're supported, by other people.
The event was organized by Rockville's Human Rights Commission to promote inclusion and the appreciation of diversity in the city. For more information about the city's Human Rights Commission, head to rockvillemd.gov/humanrights.
The business of Rockville goes far beyond city limits. That includes being part of the Maryland Municipal League, or MML. And now Rockville's Mayor Bridget Donald Newton is the president. MML is a statewide organization that represents and advocates on behalf of Maryland's 157 towns and cities. Mayor Newton has chosen the theme, Together We Can, to drive her work with the organization.
And the reason I think that that's the right theme for the state of Maryland, for the municipalities, cities and towns in Maryland, is that most of us, out of 157, only 3 are partisan. The vast majority are nonpartisan. And we work best that way. The Legislative Committee, the Conference Planning Committee, all of our committees are made up of a diverse cross-section of the state stakeholders, elected officials and appointed department directors.
Solidifying Rockville's voice in Maryland's legislative process through MML not only includes elected officials, but also takes the input from city management and employees. Not only will Mayor Newton's focus be on the strengthening of the collaborative bond, she also wants to start a dialogue about a public health crisis.
One of the other issues that's very important to me, I'm very passionate about, is the opioid crisis. And some people think that it's not here, but in the state of Maryland, it is here. Whether it's working through the legislature, whether it's coming at another angle, we have got to come together as the state to help those municipalities, cities and towns who've been severely impacted. We need to bring the conversation out in the open. because it's not something that people should be embarrassed about. It's a health problem. It's an addiction problem. So if we could get people who are suffering, if we could get the help that they need, then perhaps some of our other services could be used in different ways.
You can learn more about the Maryland Municipal League by heading to mdmunicipal.org. For Rock 11 Now Weekly, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
That's going to do it for this edition of Rock 11 Now Weekly. Remember, you can check out the latest happenings on our online newsletter at rockvillereports.com. And join in the conversation and check out our posts by signing up for Nextdoor at nextdoor.com. And keep up with Rockville 11 by subscribing to our City of Rockville YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Twitter at Rockville 11, on Instagram at city_of_Rockville, and like us on Facebook. For the entire Rock 11 Now Weekly team, I'm Craig Buchanan. Until next week, Rockville.